A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Citizen TV Briefs. My name is Jimmy Mbogo. Let's get you informed on some of the stories making headlines across the country. Now, President William Ruto has lashed out at critics of his administration who are in the opposition for calling his agenda for the country far-fetched, telling them to give the government an alternative. Speaking in Mombasa, Nyali constituency, where he presided over the disbursement of over 147 million shillings under the Uwezo Fund for young entrepreneurs from Mombasa, Kwale and Taita Taveta counties, President Ruto and his deputy, Professor Kindiki, challenged the opposition to provide an alternative governance plan instead of constantly opposing Kenya Kwanza administration plans. According to the president, the Nyota program will give thousands job opportunities in the business sector.
While our competitors are looking at young people as hecklers and goons and bloggers and voters, we are looking at young people as a resource for our nation, empowering them, giving them businesses, giving them income, providing jobs for them, expanding their opportunities so that they can build their country. They can also contribute to the economic well-being of their country.
Nimewauliza nyinyi, sera yenu ni gani? Mpango yenu ni gani? Agenda yenu ni gani? Ati agenda yao ni kuondoa William Ruto. That is the only agenda they have. Hawana agenda ya vijana, hawajui vijana watapata ajira namna gani, hawajui vijana watafanya biashara namna gani. Wale watu tunawaambia musitubebe ufala bwana. Wasitubebe ufala. Hamwezi kukwepa kutuambia agenda yenu ni gani, kwa sababu tunawajua.
The Court of Appeal has overturned a High Court ruling that declared the National Government Constituency Development Fund Act of 2015 unconstitutional. The Appellate Court, in setting aside the High Court ruling, said the lower court erred in striking down the law. It stated in its ruling that NG-CDF Act of 2015 doesn't violate the principles and structures of devolution or the division of function between the two levels of government. Now, the Appeal Court also found that, contrary to the finding of the High Court, the NG-CDF Act of 2015 is not inconsistent with the principles of public finance, and that the remedy of striking down the entire NG-CDF Act was disproportionate and inconsistent with the principles of severability. Now, on the process of enactment of the Act, the Appellate Court found that Section 43(9) of the Act, which was declared unconstitutional, can be severed from the Act without defeating the purpose, structure and legislative intent of the Act. Now, Principal Secretary for MSMEs Susan Mangeni has announced that the Uwezo Fund will restructure its loan disbursement model to better align with the evolving financial needs of the country. Speaking during a retreat in Machakos attended by Uwezo Fund Oversight Board, senior management and board members, Mangeni noted that the current loan structure no longer meets the realities of today's economy. Uwezo Fund Board Chair Ann Njuguna said that the institution is also channeling more resources into the Wezesha Maju program, which facilitates employment opportunities for young Kenyans abroad. The Machakos retreat focused on reviewing the fund's 2025 performance contract, strengthening governance system, and exploring synergies with emerging initiatives such as the Nyota program.
We have one of our expanded mandates, being that we have a program called Wezesha Maju. This is a program which we started recently. We are sponsoring people who are seeking employment abroad, and we are working with the Ministry of Labour. So far we have disbursed 31 billion, and we are looking for youths who have gotten opportunities to do work abroad and they are not able to get funds to travel. We are there to help.
We've been seeing a situation where we kind of underfunding some of those initiatives, because we're just giving so little because of the model in which we've been having. So this has called upon us now as a board and as a ministry and even as a government as a whole to start relooking on some of our financial products and to design them in a manner that can meet the challenge financial, the current financial needs today, and especially what some of the enterprises are demanding. We were established to support groups, so our model for funding was group-based model.
Now, members of the Busia County Assembly have called for an urgent meeting to resolve a standoff between the Assembly Clerk, Alan Wabuka, and former Acting Clerk, Gabriel Erambo, which has disrupted Assembly's activities. The MCAs say the differences have led to staff salary delays and failure by the Assembly to make statutory deduction from their pay. Wabuka, who returned to office last year following a court order, is reportedly facing difficulties running the office because he has not been granted full authority by Erambo, who serves as the Assembly's Director of Finance. A meeting convened to resolve the stalemate by the County Assembly Speaker on Friday was postponed until February 13th, a move that the MCAs have opposed.
I want to request to the clerk and our Honorable Speaker that we are requesting for the meeting to be held as earlier as possible next week. If it is late, Monday. If the worst goes to the worst, let us have a meeting on Tuesday so that we are able to dispense of these issues and run Assembly the way it has been in the previous years.
Remit statutory deduction amounting to 440, which is spending for 14 months. Kama staff wanalipa 13,000 na wajaremit 13 months, while the Assembly ina receive gross salary ya huyu staff.
Mkiangalia dalili hapa kwa Assembly, hakuna maisha kabisa. Wafanyikazi, the morale is low. Unajua uwezi kwa unafanya kazi, alafu mwajiri anakata pesa zako. Unaweka kama hisa nini na azipelekwi mahali inatakikana.
Now to some politics now, where the Jubilee Party aspirants in Kilgore's Narok County have pledged to traverse the region to recruit more members and strengthen the party's grassroots support following the appointment of former Narok North MP Moitalel Olekenta as the party's National Secretary General. Speaking in Kilgore's town, the aspirants said the Transmara region, particularly minority communities, deserve greater consideration in county party leadership, including the position of county chairperson, citing the expansive nature of Narok County. They also called on the Jubilee Party leadership to visit the area and engage local members to map out strategies aimed at revitalizing the party ahead of 2027 polls and beyond.
Tunahitaji watu wa Transmara na nyumba zingine ndogo ndogo kama Kekonyokie, Loita na wengine kama Damat waweze kupatiwa nafasi ya employment katika Jubilee Head Office.
Tukumbukwe tukiwa Transmara kwa sababu sisi tunakuanga ni county ya Narok, lakini ni kama county nyingine kwa sababu sisi ni sub county na tuko mbali sana, na tunaomba sana ikikuja kuchaguliwa ama kutolewa ofisi ya Jubilee Narok County, tupewe hiyo nafasi ya chairman tukiwa Transmara, tupate hizo ili tupate kuingia, kwa sababu ndio tutaweza kupata mobilization vizuri tukisaidiana na secretary, hata kama ni wa Kenya mzima, lakini Kilgoris tuko na kura mingi.
Hii chama ya Jubilee ndio umetuweka mwangaza kabisa, ametupatia sera ambaye inaona inafaa watu wa Masai wote na watu wote kwa jumla, kwa sababu sera zetu ni zile ambaye ya maendeleo na zile mambo ambaye imewachwa nyuma. Sisi tumebaki nyuma. Tunaona watu wa Narok wote kabisa kama Damat, wapi, Kekonyokie mpaka Loita, watu hawajatambulika.
Now, as artificial intelligence continues to reshape how the world communicates, questions are emerging about what may be lost in the process. While AI-powered translation promises speed, convenience, experts warn that languages like Kiswahili that carry deep cultural identity and history may be lost in the process of translation, which may weaken the linguistic depth, distorting meaning and sidelining human expertise. Now, despite the challenges, linguists say collaboration between technologists, translators, and the native speakers could help strengthen Kiswahili's digital future and also urge Africans to protect and teach their languages in the digital space.
Swahili is the biggest African language. We have Hausa and other languages of following. Unfortunately, we do not have clear policies, especially in Kenya, on the future of the African languages. We do have a constitution which recognizes Swahili as a national and official language, Article 7, and other articles like 44 and other articles with the constitution. But we do not have a language policy, which is a big shame for the country. We don't have a language we don't have a language act. We do have a language bill that is sitting on my desk, and we are pushing it. It started in 2014 with other professionals, and right now it's sitting on my desk. We are pushing to see that it becomes an act of parliament as soon as possible, so that we can have African language preserved for the future.
Now, Equity Bank has rolled out its 2026 Equity Leadership Program, selecting hundreds of top-performing KCSE candidates across the country in a major push to nurture Kenya's next generation of university students and future leaders through mentorship, digital skills, and professional training. In Migori, 16 learners were admitted into the program, while 20 students from Machakos were flagged off to Nairobi for a 2-week induction before being attached to Equity Bank staff for mentorship. Now, Equity Bank management says the initiative goes beyond academic to prepare students for campus life and career. County education officials and beneficiaries welcome the program as a lifeline for bright but needy students.
For this year, Equity Bank is admitting 733 those students, the scholars, to the Equity Leadership Program. And this program is admitting them to be able to be mentored, given paid internship in the bank, and also to be helped in ensuring that they can be able to have a support in applying for the world-class universities admission.
During the induction process, they'll be taken through particular risks and values that they are going to work with. The environment that they are going to work with is a very risky environment. But the values that will be impacted on them, one is professionalism. They'll be inducted on integrity, leadership, and honesty.
In the Equity Leadership Program, I believe that I'll be able to become more disciplined, to be more knowledgeable, and to get an open view of the outside world and how I'll be able to help our nation.
To some sports news, where Karim Benzema scored a hat-trick on his debut for Al Hilal as the Saudi Pro League table toppers extended their lead at the summit to 3 points by putting 6 past Al Akdoud last night. Let's have a look. All right, and that's all we have for you on Citizen TV Briefs at this hour. More details will be coming your way later on at 7 and at 9 p.m. Thank you for watching. My name is Jimmy Bogo. Do have a lovely weekend ahead.